Hello everyone. Welcome back to this podcast where we unpack real issues affecting Nigeria homes and the society. Today's topic is one of those, shaking tables topic, and when it becomes, Nigerian issues and breadwinner, who should be in charge? So of lately, we've known that when kids or minors or young adults becomes the breadwinner, authority moves from parent to them. And we're talking about minors who earn more than their parents through entertainment, through sports, social media, or tech suddenly become the family leader and authority is being moved to them. So how do we get here? What are those things that are wrong? Why should authority move from the children to from the parent to the children? So today it's very uncommon to see a 10-year-old influencer, a teenager TikToker, or a young footballer funding the entire family. For some family, it's a blessing. For others, it creates quite some tensions, authority questions, emotional pressure, and bloodlines. So these are many more we'll be looking at. We have so many of them. There's this program they just completed, the DTH app, where a young boy earned 7 million naira. So, and also the likes of Regina Daniels, she became a breadwinner of the family at tender age. The likes of Pellar too, we saw him recently who were complaining about the family pressure on him because he is the sole breadwinner of the family. And a lot of times, authority moves from the parents to the children, and you see questions like alada long pasharu, and you don't want the children, the parent to talk so that it doesn't look like they are biting the hands that feed them, and they become decision makers in the home, or like sole decision makers in the home because they are the one who is now funding the family. So with that now, does that mean that anybody that has the money dictates the tone in the family? So if it was your father that has the money, then he's the one leading the family. It was your mother, then your mother will be leading the family. And now if it's now the children too begins to lead the family. Should money be the determinant or the parameter to measure who leads the family? Are we over worshipping money? Or we've just decided to switch our roles unnecessarily? So these are many more we'll be discussing. We have a lot of teenagers who, from their talents, they've made a lot of money, and they are the one now, they can go out and not come back on time, and the parent cannot really scold them because they will feel that they don't need to insult a child who has already started making money. And you say, oh, leave him, leave her, let her, she decide who. We have a lot of young actors, these child actors, they're making money. So should making money also gives the child the leverage to lead the house, or parenting should not be reversed? Is there any way we can balance it that say, okay, as much as they're the one making money, they need to be respected, but should they really take the authority from the home? When a child becomes the breadwinner, does the authority naturally shift? And that is the focal point of today's conversation. When a child becomes the breadwinner, does the authority naturally shift? Or is it a factor of Nigerian thing? Is it a Nigerian factor? Or it's just normal, like it comes automatically? And it's also from our friends and family. When you have money, your friends start respecting you some way or somehow. And is money really the right values that we should have? Like, let's talk about values. Should money be in this, when we're talking about, should be in the pipeline when we're talking about values? So, today's conversation is still on breadwinner, young adults or minors. When they become a breadwinner, should authority naturally shift to them? Should parents still be firm? Should they still stay respectfully? As much as they are the one making money, should they still be respected? Should authorities still come from them? Or like, Aladalu Pajaro. Anybody that has the money dictates the tone. And they don't want to feel that they are biting the finger that is feeding them. How do we balance it? How do we balance it? How do we balance it? That as much as she's making the money, is like, is that you listen to me or you go away with your money? Can parents really say that? That go away with your money? What brought that disrespect? That immediately they have money, they start disrespecting you. Is our society so messy that now we believe that it's only people that have money that should be speaking or should have authority? So let's invite others. Don't forget, as you're coming in, don't forget to share, comment opinion, and drop your opinion too. Share it, and also like, be a follower or subscribe to our YouTube channel too. We're also on YouTube. Just type Connect and Reflect. You see us on all social media platforms. We're on Instagram. We are on TikTok. We are everywhere. Like really, barely everywhere. So can a child become a breadwinner and still be a child? And still be respectful? And still stay calm and respectful? So how do we get to the fact that immediately a child started making some money, the authority is being moved? Should that be, or is that the parents are now forgetting their rules? And don't forget, this conversation came from Biodo Stephens, who made a post on. She said she also got inspired from. She also got inspired from one of the movies she watched recently, and that should parenting be in a reverse role because some kids are making more money than you do. Yes, so is money the definition of respect in Nigeria? Is money the definition of respect in Nigeria? Is money definition of respect in Nigeria? Not minding who has it, how you got it. I don't think is it a Nigerian thing? Yeah. Is money definition of respect in Nigeria? Like, looking at the story that is going on about the Regina and the family. Immediately she has some money and she wants to date some guy, that guy that has money. The parents just left the authority from themselves to her. They're making her to make decisions in the home. Because as much as I don't want to bring her into this conversation, but we cannot but a lot of young adults that they should still be coached. They should still be, be the one to mentor them. They are the one who controlling and making authority in the home. Their parents can't even, they go out and come back whatever time they come or they wish. They decide what food is going to be eaten in the home, whether the parent has it or not. They decide, make family decisions. We shouldn't be. which I believe we should be. So don't let me be biased on this topic. I don't want to be biased, but how do we balance it? I think that's the point. How do we set boundaries when kids are making money? How should we let a child still remain a child? And this will serve as a lesson to others. We are here to discuss it, because sometimes you find yourself, you are entangled in that box. You don't know how to balance it. Like, as much as my child is making money, I want to respect him, and also at the same time, I still want him to be a child. How can you become because you're a breadwinner, you don't want to do dishes anymore? I said, me Lola Tara, I cannot go all the way this money and still come back and be doing dishes. Somebody should do the dishes for me. Or I cannot be running around and I won't want you to do this and this, and they become manipulative with their money. So how do we set boundaries? How do we set boundaries for the children as a parent? Or as a parent, how do you make sure that you don't lose your authority because you want to satisfy the child? How do we balance it? It's so important to do that so that we'll find ourselves in a wholesome society. Because we need to do all that it is expected so that we can all stay connected and be respected. Where are my other co-hosts? Where is everyone? So, how can parents guide a successful child without becoming over-dependent on that child? Sadiq or because a lot of time the kids are overwhelmed too. Like, they can't even be a child anymore. Like, you want to, run around, do other things that every other child do, but because you are now more responsible, all the focus is now on you. If you have a gift as a young child, your parents want to, suck out all that gift can make to you. And now the question is now, who's now more fulfilled? Is it the parents who are training you to get to that position of making money and they're the ones spending the money? Or it is the child who is in that space? And even some child, they don't even have some money to themselves anymore when after making such money. Thank you so much for joining, Brother Slim. Thank you. Thank you for joining. So now, what are the rules of parenting when a child becomes a breadwinner? When the child starts making money, should parents now take a back seat while the child lead because the child is one with the money? Is that not what we are experiencing in our homes now? When the kids become the boss because they are the one who God has helped and they have become a breadwinner. Then the such child cannot do dishes anymore. Such child cannot play because the child is always the child to be thinking of what to do at any time. And you take being child from such child. There are a lot of kid actors who are less than 18. We have a lot of even people in their 18s and to 25 thereabouts. When they start making some money, they start making decisions. They go out and come back at any time they want because no one can question them. And also, probably, they come out and bring so different kind of friends to the home, which is against their family values. But because they're making money now, nobody can question them anymore. So many cases like that. They determine who washes the plates at home, who cooks, and what they want to eat. They're the one who make decisions, big decisions. They determine what kind of school their siblings wants to go because they are the one who's going to pay for the school fee. So, and authority has been moved from the parents to them. They make the decision at home. They are the authority. whatever they want is what everybody must want in the family. So should it be like that? And that is what we'll be discussing today. Should let kids remain kids even after they have made money? Is it healthy for minors to carry the financial burden of the entire household? And what are the long-term emotional and psychological effects of this on the child? It is well. May God help us, especially Nigerian homes. May God help us. May God really help us. We just need that grace. And we need that grace to make sure that we are balancing and pushing boundaries even when our kids want to. Or some parents just take the whole authority and give it to the child, like, oh, you are the breadwinner, whatever you want. It is whatever you want that we want with you. As much as you're respecting the child, you shouldn't take the authority from them because they have the money. You should give the authority to them because they have the money. You should be able to hold on to some values. And can be so overwhelming for kids too. So when a child becomes a child, when a child becomes a breadwinner, let the child be a child. Like, you don't have to transfer the authority to them. And have you ever been in that position where authority has been given to you when you were not ready? Do you think that, or it's just a sign of respect, or you just even didn't think about it until now that we're talking about it? Like, could it be because I've started making money? Is this why these privileges are being given to me? Are you thinking about it? I know some stages in life as we grow, we start getting the authority, especially when our parents are aged, like they are now, they are now good, like, okay, they have done all they could, they have raised you, and they want you to take over some positions. It's okay. That is not. But we are talking about the young adults. We are talking about underage, the minors, people within their, probably the age of young. When I mean young adults, I mean age 18 to 25. They're still very, very young to make decisions by themselves. Most of the time when you feel that a child can make such decisions is probably when they have money. And that is the problem and conversation we're having now. Some of these children, they are not old enough to now start taking the responsibility in the home. But because the parents want them to, or probably they are making some money, they believe like, organi now, the master, no master. Aládàlú ń pàṣẹ àrò, kíní kan ló ń ṣíwájú. They will just start making so many, Nigerian adults that support you, that you have to be the one to take care of that responsibility. And ìwọ ló máa sanwó school, so school wo ló fẹ́ kó lọ. They will pass the authority to you. Ìwọ ló máa fún wa lówó oúnjẹ lénìí. What food do you want us to eat? Something like that. And stylishly, the kids start becoming unbearable. They start doing things that they are not family standard, but because you don't want them to get angry at you, you don't want them to take such food away from you, so you have to pamper them. Madam, whatever is on you, daddy, whatever is on you. Whereas these are your children. These are your children, and at some point they become rude, but because they are the one feeding, you can't even say anything. So at what time should you start pushing boundaries or creating boundaries for such situation? I know I just watched a program, which is this boy, Body Engine, who was a contortionist on that, DJ, the Niger Spirit Talent Hunt. I think he bagged some money on the show. And this guy, Jeremiah FJ Sachs, this guy won 7 million naira. And I know it's going to be a lot for the family, and it's going to be a life transforming money for the family if well invested. And will such child be given the authority on that situation, or they will let the child be a child? This child is just a 13-year-old boy who is now in control of 9 million. I don't even know the million. What shall I say? One of the million, it's a 7 million. So the child is not in control of such amount of money. Do you think that the parent will let the child remain a child, and he won't be the one to make authority like, okay, because you don't have to buy for sax in months or the case of Regina Daniels. This lady has become a breadwinner right from when she was a child actor. Imagine, because they are making money, they start living by themselves alone because they have money to rent apartments, and parents don't care. They give authority to them. Thank you for that insight. Look at the case of this Regina Daniels. As I was saying, she became a child actor while she was young. She started making money, and the family, she became the breadwinner of the family. She said by herself that she was the breadwinner of her family at a tender age. So that means everybody is dependent on her. And for such money, source of money not to dry, they need more, because as they grow, they desire more. And that was why we saw the need to marry that father, that grandpa that she married, because they don't want her to stop being the source of income. And also, let's assume that she was one who saw this man and found the reason to marry the man. I believe at that age, the parents should be able to guide her on who to marry and what not to marry. That this man is old enough to be your grandpa. Why will you marry such? But because the mom too needs some money, and she started, supporting her, and she sorted all of us that we are not as smart as that girl. So these are many more. When children have started making money, what are those things to do? How are we going to set the boundaries? Thank you, Super, for joining us. A great topic, yeah, because it's affecting a lot of homes. Look at the likes of Pella. Look at the likes of Pella. She is making money now. I said she. Pella, like the moment she started making money, everybody in the family started depending on him. And I know that guy is naturally saucy, and I know at one point or the other, he must have been so saucy to the family members. Like, I think I'm becoming crazy like it. So how do we set the boundaries? Like, even in as a parent, even in your inadequacy, like your insufficiency, you can still have that authority. Like, I low Pamelo recorder. Like, even if I don't have, but it doesn't change my state and my position in your family as a father. Yes, so many underage children now, they started living alone. Yes, so the father is this person that's saying, I low Pamelo recorder kind of person. Even if I don't have money, but I'll still let you know the truth. But the mom says, go make money, go back the bag. And that is why we are here. So how can a child of 14 years old become a breadwinner of a family? Exactly. It's even possible because of probably your talent. If you have one special talent, if it's not yahoo, if you have a special talent that is making money for you, it's okay. Like I was talking about that 13-year-old boy who was playing saxophone, and the talent paved way for him, and he won this first runner-up of that talent hunt show, and they gave him 7 million naira. So that is naturally, I don't know the state of the family before that day, before he won, but I believe even if they have money, that's additional money to the family, which is life transforming situation and life transforming scenario for them. And where I have problem with that parent or the family is when they start giving authority to such child, that the child can go out and come back. The child can decide not to go to school anymore. The child can decide not to be respectful or attend classes or stop reading. Those things that the child has been doing before that fame or before that money. If the child refuses to do it again, and the parents are like, I just go wow so far. Or probably the child saying, whether I go to school or I don't go to school, what matters is money. And the parents agree with him. So things like that affect family values and standards And those things we need to discuss. Like, will money naturally bring respect, even if it's from a toddler? That's a toddler. Even if it's from a minor or young adult. Making money at a tender age doesn't mean that the parents should hand the authority to the children. Exactly. That's a major conversation here. When children start making money, does that mean that authority naturally shifts to them? And you're saying that it shouldn't shift to them, then how did we get here? That in most homes, this is their story. Does it just come naturally? Like, because the moment they start, talking or affirming their authority or to the children, to the child, it start looking like they are biting the finger that fits them. A situation where like, you are the one that's going to pay for it to and when the moment you start saying it's like we are giving you the authority because you are the one who have the money. Can parents take the money from this child and spend and still become, is taking the money from such child part of losing your respect? Or how did we get to worshiping money? Because that's the bottom line of the whole thing. Because if it was the father that has the money, you think he has authority. If it was the mother that has the money, the mothers automatically have the authority. And if it's the children that have the money, they will automatically have the respect or authority. How did we get here? So does that stylishly mean that we are all worshippers of money? Low, and that proverb of Olowo Lagba. And that is where we make it. Like, the moment you have money, you have become Agba. Could that be the problem? I'm just thinking of that now. Could that be the problem of where we are now? That Embati Lowo Oni Agba. Agba Ofowo Shagba. So, not minding the age, not minding values, not minding precedents, not minding experiences. It is whoever that have the money that is Agba. And let's now bring it back to you. If you have money, do you think that you automatically become the Agba? Thank you. Tyler is trying to join us. You're welcome, Tyler. How are you doing today?
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. So good to be here.
I know, right? Thank you so much for finding time to be here. I know it's not convenient, but looking at our topic today, we are talking about reverse role in parenting. A lot of parents have given the authority, their roles to their children, who are the breadwinner of the home. Maybe they, out of their talent, or being an actor or influencer or social media content creators, they have made money for themselves. They could be underage and they could be young adults in the age of 18 to 25. When I mean minor, like the age category of minor. Anybody can be in that position where your talent is speaking for you and you're making money through your talent. Does that mean that naturally, if you become a breadwinner, the authority will naturally go to you?
Well, that you are the breadwinner of the family does not mean the authority of the family should go to you. But the truth is that is the mistake a lot of parents are making, because I've seen firsthand how an underage child who is making money automatically becomes the head of the house, so to say. Automatically becomes the head of the house. I've seen this in a lot of places, and I think it is because we have made money the most important thing in life, and that is why these young people, at a very tender age, they are depressed. Part of the reasons why they are depressed, because they feel they need to do more, and as a result, a lot of them actually put their hands in the wrong places in an effort to take care of home, all right, which is not supposed to be. Can a young person make money at a very young age? Definitely. Should the person automatically become the breadwinner of the family? As a matter of fact, no. In my opinion, even though your child is making lots of money, I think it is important you define the line for that child so that the child does not have any reason to cross it. And another thing is that how are these children raised? Okay, if you raise them in such a way that you make them understand that regardless of what is, mommy and daddy are still the head of the home. No matter how much money they make, they will not topple your authority. Why? Because they know that no matter how old they get, no matter how rich they become, the head of the home still remains daddy and mommy. And that's a period, like they will say in these Gen Z days. All right. So, but a lot of parents now, because their children are now making more money, they tend to relinquish, in fact, even responsibility of home, they give it to the child. You will hear them calling the child and be asking something like, asking things that they are supposed to provide. Your brother is not going to school. When are you going to send the school fees? All right. These are the things that some of them were actually doing before this particular child started making money. Now that this child has started making money, they now change. A lot of them will change their children's school to a higher paying school so that this particular breadwinner can now be sponsoring it. I think they need to put their foot down, make do with what their financial capability can take part time, so that even these children, no matter how big or how rich they become, they will still reference you as their parent and as the authority in their life. For example, the issue of Bobrisky, when the father wanted to do his birthday, I think it was his birthday, he doesn't have a choice but to dress like a man, because he knows no matter how mad he becomes, no matter how crazy in fashion it becomes, no matter how rich it becomes, if you want to be part of this family, this is the standard. Do you understand? So sometimes parents should actually let the children understand that in this family, this is the standard. If God blesses you, we are grateful for that. We are happy. But this is the standard in our home. But in a home where such standard does not exist, the child is liable to do as he or she pleases, especially when they feel that when they bring all the money, their parents are not bothered how they got the money from. Of course, they will behave the way they like. So this is actually my view of that.
Tayo, do you think that it is easy to scold, beat a child, or emphasize your authority on such a child as bringing money? Would it not look like you are biting the hand that is feeding you? Don't you think that if you scold a child that is a breadwinner, she's gonna withdraw the bread from you?
And it is because you already told the child that he is the ogburu of the house. That is the Lord and Master of the house. So of course, because in a case where, the thing is that there are different things. There are some parents that they do their utmost and their children try to work at start making money. Despite the fact that these children are making money, they are still doing their utmost. That kind of a child knows that my mom, my dad will still go the extra mile for us, regardless. Now that I have something extra, I can support the home with it, not take over the responsibility. Those kind of parents, if you say you want to withdraw your money, they are not bothered. Before you start making your money, they are living all right. They might not have been living their best life, but they are doing their best to give you people what they can, the best that they can. So if you decide to say that you don't want to give again, it's not going to affect them in any way, except for parents that they have made money their Lord and personal savior. Of course, if such a child said that I am not going to give you money again, why will you be controlling my life? They will start begging him or start using stuff to say, what is that now? What is this? Is it because they are trying to talk to you? It's a money because they are dependent solely on what this person is bringing. And the life this boy's money or this girl's money is bringing, they don't want it to stop. They only want it to get better.
Mm.
And then they don't want to stress themselves. Of course, if that kind of a child threatens that I'm not going to do anything at home again, they will start shaking, because
Hmm.
that is their source of income, that is their livelihood, that is their whole life. But for a parent who knows his or her worth, the parents had rather die than relinquish their authority to a child. There are some parents like that. You cannot
Yes.
misbehave in this home. Even if
That's
we
what
don't
happened.
have anything, we had rather go for it than you misbehaving and running mad on the streets. No, we won't take that. That's why you will
Mm.
see some children, no matter how rich they become, they will never misbehave. Why? Because they have seen firsthand how to behave. They've been taught from home how to behave. So no, even if they are misbehaving outside, it will not come home with them. Because home is still where the authority is. And no matter how much they grow, they know that their parents are still the authority in their life to a large extent. All right. So that is what me I see in all of this.
But I agree, and you agree with me that money brings power. Like when you have money, there's this power that comes within you, like you want to exercise. And if you don't have, you just be naturally humble too. No, like lack of money will just humble you because so many things you want to do you cannot do because you don't have money. Don't you think that is the case here? And should money be a parameter to measure respect in Nigeria?
Well, if you look at Yoruba hierarchy, money is actually not even the first. Money is not the second. I think money is fourth or fifth.
Olówó làgbà
It's
mà
like
ni. Ẹ má mà lówó làgbà.
no,
Olówó làgbà.
no. It is báwo ló ń pè? It is I
Ọmọlúwàbí.
think I think no, Omoluabi is like second or third. I think he is the first one. But Omoluabi is very important. Money is like fourth or fifth in the hierarchy of Yoruba this thing. Sure, you
Okay,
understand? So as much as it is important to have money, I'm a Yoruba person. As much as it is very important to have money because the Bible says that money makes the world go round. All right. It is also important you have the capacity
mm,
to retain the money and the respect to make the money work for you. But if everything is that it is the money that is doing it, people will respect the money in your hand. And
mm,
that is what a lot of see, that is why I respect old money a lot. They don't make noise. And they've taught their children how not to make noise. All right? Because if there is anything you need aside from making money, it is also the ability to be able to make it work for you on a long term. These children, the truth about this is that most of the children that are becoming breadwinners in their home and they are arrogant about it, they don't really go far because
mm,
the money comes and it blows, and before you know it, it's gone
mm,
because they feel that they are the Lord in the house and they can do as they please. All right, no tutelage, no. They don't even, people that don't even listen to their parents, how do they listen to other people that are older than them?
mm,
They don't listen
mm,
to anyone. They want to do things their way. All right, and a lot of times other people will see you crashing before you know you will crash.
mm,
Do you know that? A lot of times people can easily spot what is wrong quicker than you, and if you are not accessible, there is no way they can tell you that you're about to fall. No, be careful.
mm,
There's no way to say that. So you just go like that and you crash. That is why even the Bible said that for everyone joined to the living there is hope. For a living dog is better than a dead lion. Because if you are surrounded with people, there are things that are in your life that are happening that people might quickly notice and tell you. If you are accessible, it will be easier for them to tell you. Unlike the people you have used money to shut their mouth, they will see the truth, they will not tell you. But what
mm,
they are worshiping in your hand is the money. And the moment the money is over, that is when you will know that this life does not have part two. Every other
mm.
person will go because it is the
Yeah,
money that is even keeping them in the first place. Those ones that are loyal to you, that you actually think that they are loyal to you, that you can do anyhow you like to, and they will not complain. They will accept you
Mm.
for who you are. It is the money that they are loyal to, is not you. If they remove the money from you, that is when you will know who your friends are and who are not your friends. You will not see them again. I remember advising a young guy who, I think he had a business and he made some money, and he was just living the life and all of those things. I was not telling him that, hey, come, that why not lay low for a while and see who are still your friends. So in his mind, we were like, Tayo does not even know anything. You understand? And he told me that day, and I knew he was not going to take the advice. He said, I don't even know anything. That these ones, they are my Jew, they can die for me. So I kept quiet because I knew there is no point advising more than that because this person is not listening. And I think the business crashed at a point, as in, in a point in business life, when you start making money, then it will stop. Then you need to re-strategize. And so his business is, and his friends, he didn't see any of them.
Wow.
Not even money to borrow him to buy fuel for his business. They didn't borrow him. All right. So
Wow.
he felt bad. Like, is this what this is actually
That is
about?
cheating.
You know, one day he called me and like, do you know that my friends left me the way you said? That did I prophesied? And like, I did not prophesy. I was only telling you that why not lay low, because these people are too much, and the way they hover around you, they are not hovering around like someone who is actually your friend. They are hovering around like someone who wants to
Who
take
wants to
from
stop
what
from
you
here?
have. All right, that I've lived some few years. I'm still young, yes, but I've seen some few things in this short life of mine that I can easily advise you. Why? Because you are a bit younger than me, so I can actually tell you things from experience. So he was like, that's, he doesn't know that this is what life is. I said, you will not know until situations and circumstances happen to you. All
Mm.
right, this is a young boy that does not want, in fact, he doesn't have respect for people. I was surprised that he had respect for me that time. I was surprised too that I could talk to him and he
And
could even listen, even though he was not going to take it.
it was
So
not.
yeah, so now that he's trying to pick up back in beating again, you need to see the way he's behaving. You know, in fact, he had
Um,
to call me that, and start, I'm picking back small, small. Because there was a time he also called me that, what can he do differently? I said that there is a way you started, that you were
mm.
very creative about the things that you are doing. Why not go back to the way you start and add more things to your creativity? Then let's see how it goes. So, he came back to me. I was like, that I've started picking small, small, that things are, as in his business is
Getting
moving
better.
in big. All right. I like, that
Mm.
is good. He said, but as that, those people, they are never going to be my friend again. I like, that
Mm.
is now your decision, not my own. All right. That they can still be your friend, but then you will know where you put them. It doesn't make them a very bad person. It just show you the kind of what
People
how you are
around them.
disposed, how they are disposed to you. They are not there for your money. They are not there for you. They were there for your money. So a lot of times, even these children, when they make money early, they don't know how to retain it. Yoruba will say that what kékeré bá kọ́kọ́ pa
After
àkàrà ló
otherwise,
fi máa ń.
mm.
So ọmọ tí ò ní fi owó yẹn jẹ àkàrà. Okay, let me interpret it in English so that people that are not Yoruba can understand. Yoruba will say that the money that a child first makes, they use it to eat bean cake. All right. So the only way they cannot use their first money to eat bean cake if they have an authority in their life
Mm.
who is actually advising them. That is when a child will have the
Yeah.
first money and invest in it with it. Do you understand? Because
Okay.
a lot of people in our age, it's not as if they have not seen money at one point in their life, but because they do not have an authority who was talking to them, they squandered it. All right.
Mm.
Now they are trying to start their life all over again. Now they know better and they are willing to
Wow.
do better. But the circumstances has changed. Why? Because now they have family who is demanding from them. All right. So a lot of them regret that if they knew then some of the things that they did, they wouldn't have done it.
Done
But
it.
because they don't have the right advisors, they squandered it. The same thing with this young set of children. We've all been children before. They will, especially a child with lots of money, they will
Mm.
misbehave.
They will
I'm not
be easy.
surprised that Bella is misbehaving. I'm not. Because money is a propeller, it propels you, it makes you
Mm.
do all the things in your mind. And as a child, you have crazy things in your mind that growing up and maturity has not taught you and has not wired you right to do. So all those things in your mind, money in your hand will make you do them. Because
Mm.
now money provides you with the opportunity to do anything you want at any time you want it. It can
Yeah.
even propel you to slap a soldier because you have the
Mm.
money. So money is
Yeah.
actually a propeller. That is why I tell most people when they say that this person is now rich and is now stingy, I'll tell them the person was not just being stingy. The person has always been stingy. It's because the person
Mm.
is poor. So maybe the person thinks
Mm.
that give and it shall be given. That's why the person is not stingy that time. Now that he has money, his true nature is out. Money
Yeah.
reveals what is in you. And as a child, you know children how they behave now. When you were Pella's age, you know how you were behaving. So a child
Mm.
like that, a lot of millions of naira will misbehave without guidance. Without guidance. Because there are some children in that age of Pella making the same money and they are not misbehaving. The difference
Yeah.
is they have guidance. So a
Mm.
child with lots of money without guidance will misbehave, will flop on a lot of fronts because they don't know better. You can't really blame
Yeah.
them.
That's a good summation. I just want to raise a few comments. They said some children with money lost it at a very early time due to no proper management from their parents because their parents left them with the authority, like, ṣé bó ṣe wù ẹ́? Yeah, jayé orí ẹ. So they will just make sure that they will see that the money is gone if they are the parents who are not, standing up as a parent for such child. And also, Supercell also shared opinion when his dad called and said, "I want to see you, not I don't want your money." And if I remain your father, come home now, 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 now. Super, you to go home. Oh. Be a good boy. So now my next question is, how can family avoid, make sure that as much as when money comes, power comes with it. Or probably when you are not as rich as somebody, you want to be humble and let the person have that, okay, let me give you some leverage. You're not an adult because you are doing what adults are doing. So now how can family avoid reversal roles when their kids become the breadwinner? How can they be intentional about it?
The thing is that when your child is about to make money, if you're actually a present parent, you will know. Let
Mm-hmm.
me give you a classical example. I have a cousin. When we were in secondary school, he was always saying that he will save money so much. We used to have a drum because I lived with my uncle at a time when I was in secondary school. I think from my SS1, I lived with my uncle. So his second child, he would say that we used to have a drum. He said that he was going to save money that to be full of a drum. That drum, he will save money that drum will be very full. That by the
Mm.
time he's out of secondary school, he will just enter into business. All right. This is something he has always been saying, and the mom used to listen to him, and the mom would tell him that you cannot save money as much as that at this age because it will take a lot of money to full that drum. That how much is your daddy giving you and visitors give you, that between
Mm.
GSS2 and SS3 your money would have full the drum. But you can actually have the ones you have, you can keep, that you can do business with. So this guy, as he grows older, he will do small petty business while he was in secondary school and will make, and he now see from secondary school how you can actually do small business and you make returns. No matter how small it is, he actually loves it,
Mhm.
and he was always happy with his small income and all of those things. So before he finished secondary school, he was saving up his money. When he finished, then he had a friend that he also influenced with his thinking. All
Okay.
right. So when he finished secondary school, two of them had a specific amount of money. Then that was when GSM was becoming popular and phone casing,
Mhm.
earphone, charger were becoming popular, and not a lot of people were into it. So he started with selling card, yes, recharge card. He started with selling recharge card. Then he graduated to selling phone accessories. All right, and right, it was that period too. A girl got pregnant for him, not because he wanted the child, but because the girl saw potential in him. All right, he realized that because as at when he finished secondary school, and a year after finishing secondary school, he already had a kiosk at a main market. Okay, then he also had another branch not far from his parents' house. One thing the parent never made mistake of was to let him live alone. They never allowed him to live alone. He was still, despite making all this money, he was still living with his parents. Even though sometimes he is the one that will bring money that they will use to cook, but they did not born him well to misbehave to his daddy or to his mom. Why? Because while he
Mm.
was growing, he understood where the authorities are. Daddy and mommy are the authorities in this house, and their word is law. So even when he
Mm.
was making money in bits, they make him realize he's still their child. They do everything in the house, and anytime he notices that there is no much things, maybe there is no money at home or something, he
Yeah.
helps. But they did not
Mm-hmm.
rely on his help and like, okay,
Mm.
take over the family problem or
Expensive.
family expenses. All right, they didn't give him that opportunity. So it even helps him to make more money because they were not demanding of him. So he was able to grow. Even when this lady got pregnant for him, the mother took the lady and the child so that he can focus on his business, and they had to make sure that he goes to the university because at the point he didn't want to go to the university again. They had to
Yeah.
enforce him to go to the university, even though he was the one that trained himself in the university. But they enforced him to go to the university and to get a certificate for himself. All right, and they did not allow this pregnancy and the child to stop him. So he was able to progress. And now he is fine. Can it be better? Yes.
Mm.
What is the difference between him and his age mate at that time that he did not misbehave? Because there are parents that knows their role as a parent. You are making money,
Mm.
great. We are happy with that. We want your progress, but you are still our child. So you are still under us. So this helps a child to not go haywire. All
Yeah.
right. This put them in line and make them to behave well.
Yeah.
It was when he finished, I think it was when he finished university that he rented his own apartment, or before, I think it was in 300 level, he just finished when he was allowed to rent his own apartment. So with that, he will not misbehave. It was when he was
Mm.
in school he bought his land and he was building it in bits till he
Wow.
finished building his house. All right.
Wow.
This is actually the role of parents. You guide the child. Because the moment a child, there is no how you will not know, except your child is a Yahoo Yahoo that got overnight money. If your child was going to make money, if your child is doing something that is lucrative, you will know that this child is going to make money. And it is important that you, as the parent, you lead him through it, and you lead with experience. You lead prayerfully, with
Yeah.
experience, with patience, with teaching. You keep letting the child know that we are here for you, come rain come shine, and you show it. You don't just say it, you show it.
Mm.
It's not that every time you notice the child have money you tell him to go and bring the money. No, you are not showing
Eh,
it. You are not showing it like that. You are
all the
showing him that
money
it
the
is the
future
money
gave
you are
them,
for.
they will collect it and go and spend it.
That is not how to show it. The other day that you bought something from my son and you say I should give him the money.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't give him. So he was asking me, Mommy, but they say you should give me the money. I said I've transferred it to your account. He said, Mommy, we don't have account. You are just lying. I had to show him the account. Because I was just talking about accounts. He has never seen any account. He has never seen whether money is entering it or not. So when I said that I've sent it to his account, I said, Mommy, there is no any money in the account. You are just lying. I had to show him the account. Like, okay, this is the one for you. This is the one for your brother. Like, I have more money more than my brother. I say yes, because
Yeah.
when I tell you I want to send your money to your account, you allow me. All right. So you
Good.
show them that you are actually for them, not by always collecting their money and spending it. I know that
Yes.
it is sometimes you
It's
will be forced
enticing.
to spend because of the situation of things, but it should not be the situation every time.
Done.
That should not be the situation every. They should be able to trust you with their finance.
So now, this is a personal question. If your
All
child
right.
gets to probably 18, oh, 16, 17, 18, and
Okay.
what he's doing and is now making money from it, like a big money, will
All
you
right.
still maintain authority?
Will I still what?
Maintain authority in the home,
Yes.
you and your husband.
Yes. Big time. You know what I tell my children? I'll tell them that I am the lioness in this house. Your father is the lion in this house, and you are the children of a lion, which makes you what? A baby lion. and and the
Wow.
way and you know they know that if you give them anything they bring it home, and I try to stay in their life. Is it easy? No. Do I
Mm,
am I afraid sometimes I'm not doing it well enough? Yes, I am. All right. But do I still put in my best? I do. You are not going to
mm,
take over authority in the house. You are still going to remain my child, and I'm still going to provide for you. Even at 18, I'll buy a shoulder for you.
mm,
Just so you know, I am your mother. I have been sacrificing for you since you were born. I will keep sacrificing for you because I don't have to love you for being my child. It is my responsibility as your mother to provide for you. So the food you will eat, the clothes you will wear, I will ensure it. If you now buy extra clothes for yourself, of which
mm.
you cannot even buy extra clothes for yourself without my permission, even though it is your money.
Right.
So until you get to an age of maturity where you can actually handle your money by yourself, you are answerable to
Mm,
me. But if you have shown me over time that you can manage your own resources, why not? You have your freedom to yourself. Of which, even now, sometimes they will tell me, Mommy, they don't want this thing, they want this thing. I agree, because I don't want it to look as if, I don't want it to be my decision all the time. I want them to be able to make their own decisions too. And they should be able to see that mommy will respect their decision if it is sensible. Mommy will respect.
mm.
And sometimes when I say no to their decision, I tell them why I am saying no. Even though sometimes it's the spirit of my parents, I need not to explain to you why I
Yes.
am forcing my own decision. I
And you
still
need to learn
try
it.
my best.
And that's another like learning
I've
curve
learned
for
it though.
parents to be explaining all
I've
the why.
learned it.
There shouldn't be a reason why you shouldn't explain why.
Now I tell you why I have to make a decision and it has to stand. And your decision, the reason why I'm not going to take your decision. Now I try to explain it to them. All right. So if you are 16, 17, 18, on that you are my child, the decision is mine. But if I can see that you can make rational decisions, you can make
Mm-hmm.
decisions, sensible decisions, of course, why not? All I just have to do is to keep guiding you and all of those things. But you are still my child and you are
Good.
still answerable to me.
Good. Thank you for this insight. We're able to have all round conversation on this topic to make sure that let our kids remain kids and let parents remain parents in terms of authority. And kids should be also key by making sure that they're being guided, they're being supported, and given what they need to do. And families should learn that you should not depend on your kids' income. No matter how poor you are, make sure that in your jurisdiction, as much as you can do, you are still providing. Even if your child can provide shawarma and you can provide concussion, serve them with that concussion first. So with that, respect will be maintained in the family. So this
Yeah.
is all I have for today. Thank you so much for joining, Tayo. I really appreciate your input. Thank you for coming. I'll have been talking by
Thank you so
myself
much. I'm
if
glad
you are
to
not
be
spoke. Okay.
I'm reading some funny comments now. That's why I'm laughing so much.